guys, how are you and how are you doing? So I hope I find you well again. So today I want to talk about something that is a bit exciting. I want to talk about the power of imagination. The power of your imagination. The power of your imagination. So I remember one time I was listening to Warren Buffett. He's in the top 5 of the richest people in the whole world. And Warren said something that got my attention. So Warren Buffett said that, he said, I always knew that if I was going to be old, I was going to be rich. He knew that if he is going to live long enough, he was going to be rich. That's quite powerful there. So the power of your imagination. The power of your imagination. I like one of the famous quotes, saying, you become what you think about. I'm not sure if that has crossed your mind at any point in time whatsoever. You become what you think about. It's just like a verse that is in the Bible. It said, as a man thinketh in his heart, it said, so is he. Your imagination. One thing that I want you to know, that I want you to understand, and that I want you to take seriously from this moment onwards, is the fact that your life is always going to gravitate in the direction of your imagination, of your thoughts. Just like that statement, you become what you think about. Your life is a reflection of how you think. If you want to know how your mind looks like, if you are that curious to know, to find out, to discover, how does my mind look like? Just take a look at your life. It's like that statement, the apple never falls far from the tree. That's the same thing with your thoughts, that's the same thing with your mind, that's the same thing with your imagination. Such is the power of your mind, and such is the power of your imagination. So do you want to know where you're going to end up tomorrow? Just look at your mind. Just look at the way you think. So this is a great power and a great tool and a great arsenal at our disposal as we try to change our lives, as the next people, as the next world changes, as the next world generational changes, as the next billionaires, politicians, or whoever powerful, influential personalities that we're going to become in the future. If we are going to get to the top of the mountain, if we are going to get to the mountaintop, we need to harness the power of this tool, which is in our mind, which is our imagination. Your imagination. Like what I said about Warren Buffett, he knew that if I'm going to be old, if I'm going to grow old, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to have a lot of money. One thing that I want you to understand, one thing that I want you to knock this down into your brains, through that thick skull of yours, is the fact that every person that is successful today, every person that you envy today, those people, take a look at like Serena Williams. Those people, they knew they were going to be successful. They knew they were going to be successful. Talk of Strive Masiwa. They knew they were going to be successful. Talk of Aliko Dangote. They knew they were going to be successful. Talk of Ja Praiser, our own Zimbabwean celebrity. He knew he was going to be successful. He did not become successful by fate or by luck. He knew in his mind that I want my life to be a success. Every person that is successful today, they knew they were going to be successful. They saw it in their mind becoming successful and as a result worked towards their success. Because if you cannot see it in your mind, you cannot see it with your eyes. I like what Steve Harvey once said. He said, if you can see it with your mind, you can touch it with your hands. So I will repeat it again. If you cannot see it in your mind, I bet you'll never see it with your eyes. Who do you look up to? Who do you admire? Who do you say, if I can be like this person? Who is that person that motivates you, that inspires you, that challenges you to go out at life and grab life with all your hands, with all the energy that you have, and become the best of what you can become? Who is that person? One thing that you have to know is they first of all destined in their mind, in their hearts, to say, this is what I'm going to become when I grow up. They saw themselves becoming successful in their future. And as a result, they began to work towards their success. Take a look at yourself. 5 years down the line, let's do maybe an imagination test. And let's do it maybe for a short period. For 5 years, imagine yourself. Now, like just take a moment and pause for this moment. Just pause. Pause for this moment. For in the next 5 years, this year we're in 2019, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? That is in 2024. Where do you see yourself in 2024? Where are you seeing yourself in the next 5 years? In the next 5 years, where are you seeing yourself? Who are you going to be in the next 5 years? Imagine yourself these things. Just ask yourself, who am I going to become in the next 5 years? What is going to become of my life in the next 5 years? What will you be doing? To what extent will have your influence spread? To what extent will your life impacting the people, the communities, the societies that surround you? What will you be doing? What is your life going to be like? Can you see yourself? To what extent are you going to be successful? How much money are you going to be having? What car are you going to be driving? What kind of a house are you going to be living? These things don't just happen. Those people don't just end up living in mansions. They see themselves living those mansions way before they do. That's why we want to become like Oprah. But if Oprah is going to tell you the story of your life, if Oprah is going to take off your shoes and say, wear the shoes that I walked in to get where I am today, most of you run away. Why? Because we want what people have become. We don't want to go through the process that they've gone through to become who they've become. The process. So where are you seeing yourself in the next 5 years? Because one thing I'm saying this thing is, if you cannot see yourself with that car, with that house, achieving your dreams, achieving your goals, if you cannot see yourself at that level, if you cannot see yourself at that success, you can never work towards it. Oprah saw herself as successful as she is today years back and began to work towards a success. It's a predetermined decision and actions that she took over the course of time to become who she is, who she has become today, which is the same thing with you. Your future is calling out, but what are you seeing? Where are you going? Because where you are seeing yourself in the next 5 years determine the kind of a person that you're going to become today. Most of you today, you are lazy. You don't do anything. You sleep. You love to sleep. You love to go out and hang out with friends and drink beer and do all these kinds of things that don't add value in your life. It's simply because of one reason. You don't see anything. You don't see yourself anywhere in the next coming years, in your future. But if you see yourself somewhere in the next 5, 10, 20 years, you realize I have a lot of work to do today for me to be sitting, for me to be hanging around with people that are not adding any value whatsoever into my life. If you see yourself somewhere in your future, Today you begin to change your lifestyle. You begin to change the kind of habits that you tolerate as far as your life is concerned. So what are you imagining yourself as far as your future is concerned? That's going to determine the kind of a person that you're going to become today, the kind of a person that you're going to become tomorrow, the kind of a person that you're going to become then when you achieve that lifestyle. Because of the person that you're seeing today, determine the kind of actions. Because you can't see yourself a millionaire today and go to sleep. No. How are you going to have those millions? Like I'm telling you, Bill Gates saw Microsoft as a juggernaut as it is today. And he went to work and he began to look for friends who could help him to achieve his vision. What's your vision? What are you seeing as far as the future is concerned? Where do you see your life going? Now that you've seen it, this is where you're going to become in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. Today, begin to take commensurate action for you to have the results that you want. So this is a big topic. I'll touch more on it in the future episodes. But for now, I just wanted to drop a little bit of icing on the cake. But I hope you take time to think seriously about this topic. This is very critical. It's very, very critical. It's a very, very important topic as far as what your life is going to become like and what your life is going to become in the future. Right? So I hope you pay attention